Welcome to Marketplace Mission. Join us as we explore how visionary leaders navigate challenges, discover purpose in profitability, and create environments where faith and business intersect. Marketplace Mission is your guide to unleashing the power of purpose in the workplace.
Welcome back to Marketplace Mission. Today I'm thrilled to welcome Federico Baraldi, an agent with VP Agency representing Fondovalle. Based in Italy, Federico and his team specializes in selling porcelain floors and wall tiles designed for both residential and commercial applications. Leveraging innovative technology, they offer porcelain tiles in a variety of stunning finishes, including concrete, resin, marble, stone, wood, and textile designs. From Italy to the United States, Federico and his team deliver exceptional porcelain products that elevate any space. Well, Federico, welcome. I can actually say that your product has elevated the space that we're sitting in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the studio has been outfitted with the beautiful tiles from Fondovalle. I've had the opportunity to go there myself. We've met there. Now we meet here in the United States. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you to you. Thank you to you for this opportunity. And yeah, we elevated your space, but you gave us the possibility to elevate your space. So that's the great thing. I think, yeah, we met in Italy. Now we are meeting here in Alabama. That is not an usual place for an Italian to come. So,
right.
But it's great. You are great. The team is great. So great opportunity and great thank you to you.
Yeah, well, thank you. You know, it is funny because I know you're just recently in California. And so, you know, for someone who travels the U.S. as much as you do now, you know, I think it's funny because even in the beginning when I came out to Italy and I met the guys from Fondovalle, they asked me what state I was from, and I was like, Alabama, and they were like, what are you going to do with porcelain in Alabama? And so I think it's funny that the perception of Alabama and the perception, you know, to Florida and to California are so much different without people actually realizing how close we are to Florida and how similar we actually are in the south of Alabama to Florida itself, right?
Exactly. Yeah, no, I can say the same. I mean, it was a surprise also for me at the beginning, also because sometimes you live with stereotypes. So Alabama, in my opinion, was only a state for a 12 by 24 tile,
right,
while you are booming with slabs. I think that sometimes we need to know better people to understand the opportunity of the market. So
right,
it was a great sign from a high power to meet you and to start this business together. So great surprise.
Yes, well, you know, I was surprised too. I mean, you hear a lot of great things about Italy, right? And so I went over there, you know, with all these high expectations of these wonderful things. And, you know, there's not very many places you go that feels like the expectation has actually risen from what you thought it was. But from the people to the places to the culture, of course, to the food, and we won't talk about wine, but this has been a wonderful experience all the way around, right? And so I've been really happy with that. And since we're talking maybe a little bit about the United States in general and Alabama and California and all these things, you know, how has your role at Fondovalle, how did it expand itself into the United States from Italy? And maybe explain to us about that.
Yeah, so Fondovalle is a historical company in Italy, you know. It's born in 1960, so it has always been one of the most advanced technologies talking company. We were the first doing the porcelain, the double loading, one of the first company doing the big slabs, investing in the big slabs technology. And as agent, you know, we are a team of 7 guys. As agent, we started cooperating with Fondovalle in 5 years ago. Okay, and we took care at the beginning of the East Coast, so from New York till Florida. Okay, the things were get better and better day after day. Our business was growing so much with them, so proudly they gave us the opportunity to represent their name. That for us was a great opportunity. all over the United States. And now 7 of us, because all the team is representing Fondovalle all over the United States, from Maine till California, going through Alabama.
Wow. And what would you attribute to the effectiveness that you found early on the east side, and then of course you grew all over the U.S., but what would you attribute to the effectiveness of how y'all accomplished that? So, you know, what's the secret sauce in how you penetrated the U.S. market, and then how did you expand in it?
I mean, proudly we can say that as VP agency, we are the biggest agency representing ceramic tiles industry in the United States. 7 of us, normally an agency is 3-4 people, so we are 7. That is our power, that we are 360 days per year in the United States.
Oh,
because
wow.
While I'm here, my colleagues are all over the United States, some of them in Minnesota, some of them in New York. So this was our power, the strength of our team, and that gave the possibility to Fondovalle to believe in us, because honestly we are always in the United States.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've dealt with overseas companies for lots of years, but I don't know very many of them that have someone representing themselves in the U.S. full time, regardless of where that may be. So that's astonishing in itself. So through all these travels, I mean, maybe tell us what you've enjoyed the most about being a salesperson for this agency, and what's kind of keeps driving you.
I mean, I love travel, so we have to start from that point. Otherwise, I love driving, and US is the perfect country for traveling and driving. But for sure, the most important thing for me is knowing people, spending time with people,
Right.
listening to histories, listening to people' life history. So that is what make me love this job. Having the chance, for example, to come here and being in front of a camera and talk with a great guy, and that is the things that I love most. Obviously, I love tiles. I mean,
Sure.
It's some years that I'm in this business, so, and I'm never tired about tiles. But people, knowing people,
Sure.
it makes my life rich.
Well, it has to be something. I mean, because you're away from your family a lot, right? And I know family means a lot to you. We've had a lot of discussions outside of the show. We've had a lot of discussions about different things. And I know, you know, you have young kids, you got a new kid on the way. And so, you know, maybe tell us, you know, how your friends, family, and a strong sense of community kind of inspired you to continue down this, what I would call public relations, way more than sales, probably.
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's an important answer for me, because I always say that behind the Superman there is a Superwoman, you know, and I have to say that my wife, my partner in life, it supports me every day. You told right, I have a baby boy, it's 3.5 years, and we are waiting for the second. She will be a baby girl in 3 months, so it's not easy. It's not easy being away from them, leaving Alice alone, dealing with her job and our children, but she's the first one pushing me,
Yeah.
doing what I love. When I come back with a smile, she's happy, and I'm happy. It's also good for me spending time outside and coming back and enjoying the time with my family. You know,
Right.
sometimes when you live every day, you don't give importance to what you have every day.
Sure.
When you are missing something, you start understanding what you are missing. So
Great point.
that is a great power from her, from my family, my dad and my mom always supported, helping us with the family, with the kids. So I had great people behind and beside me.
So did you move so that you could be a part of this job now? Did you move to Italy from somewhere? Are you from Italy?
Born and raised in Italy, with a lot of experience in the world. Because
Right.
before doing this, I was still in the ceramic business, but selling design from a design firm to the ceramic producer, and I was more focused on the east of the world, India, Iran, China, Turkey.
Wow.
And then I moved and I decided that I was missing the west part of the world, so
Right.
I came here, but born and raised in Italy, and still living in Italy, just traveling to the United States.
Right. So now, you know, since you are on the Marketplace Mission show, and so our whole focus is kind of behind the Marketplace Mission. And I love your mission overall. I mean, your mission overall is, this is the best way I can take care of my family. This is the best way that I can provide and do the things I want to do. But at the end of the day, what would you say your Marketplace mission is from a personal standpoint, working through the agency that's had such success here in the U.S.? So what does that look like?
I mean, my mission for sure, it's always be and try to be successful in the market, but for sure in the future will be to be more with the family. I'm doing business with wonderful person. My colleagues are my family, my second family. They are great guys, and they are giving me strength also in helping me because of the new kids coming, in taking more time to stay at home. But I'm doing what I love. So for the moment, my mission is keep doing what I love.
So I guess you would probably say that you're living out maybe what your childhood dream was. Would you say that's what you're doing now?
Yep. I mean, I don't know, honestly speaking. Obviously, when you are a child, you are always dream about to be like a policeman or,
Yeah,
or
right.
like a spaceman. I don't think that I wanted to become a salesman in the tile business, you know? I mean,
right.
I'm sure that when I was sitting on the knees of Santa Claus, I was not telling him that. But anyway, now I'm sure that I'm doing what I love. And
Right.
sometimes people, they are always asking, I'm looking for something different, something a little bit better. In Italy, we say that I would like really to sign a white check to have in the future what I'm having now. Because
wow.
I'm living what I love. I'm living my dream right now.
Wow. So I heard you mention your wife, and you brought up, you know, every Superman has to have a Superwoman, right? It's so funny you say that, because in my notes on the show, I wrote the same thing, because I actually love what you said, because I believe in that for myself. And so, you know, how would you say that your relationship with your wife maybe encourages you to do everything that you're able to do today? You know, what is it from her that you receive, that you need to receive to push through whatever it is that you're up to against today?
She listened me, and sometimes I complained about that, how long I'm missing from her, from the home, and the best thing that she's told to me was when we were thinking to have a second baby was we will have anyway if you will travel. So because I will be here for you, I will wait for you, I will stay with you. And she helped me a lot in the past, so I feel loved, and it's very important.
Right.
And I hope that she feels loved too. I'm sure of it.
Well,
and yeah.
I think we all show our love in different ways, and for men, sometimes it is the things that we have to do to provide. You know, us working hard, whether that's in country or out of country, is our way to communicate that we do love you, we do want to provide the best for you. You know, I think probably, what were some of the transitions that you had to make, though, because you just had your first baby like 3.5 years ago. Now you have the new baby. So a traveling sales guy who's kind of have just a wife at home is one thing you miss. But then once you have a baby at home and a new baby on the way, that's kind of a different life, right? So, you know, what does that look like, and how did that affect your professional life and your personal life, maybe?
Obviously, it changed me a lot. Mostly the second year, you know. The first year is just changing diapers, so for me it was holiday traveling, except for the jokes.
Right.
Except for the joke, when you start to having a relation also with your son, and they start asking you questions, it's not easy, you know. But
Sure.
2024, it helps us. FaceTime, WhatsApp video, so I can always be in touch with them. When I'm travel, I'm really particular in terms of what I'm doing. Normally I work from the morning till 7 p.m. Then I try to go bed early to wake up at 1, 2 a.m. just to have a phone call with them to say hi to the kid, because I don't want that they miss me as I'm missing them. So I want to feel that I'm there even if I'm here. So I'm trying to do my best, and I'm skipping the funniest part of traveling probably, but for me the funniest part is waking up and having a phone call with my family. So I'm trying to do my best to dedicate all the time that I can to my job, and also all the time that I have to my family.
So what would you say maybe is the thing that holds you back the most from achieving the success that you're trying to achieve now? Is there any major hurdles that you feel like you're still having to accomplish at this point, other than family, that kind of keeps you from achieving those things? What would you speak to as your biggest hurdle right now, your obstacle that you're trying to get through so that you can get to the next level that you want to get to for you and your family?
I mean, for sure, the first obstacle is that, but except for that, I think that I'm doing my best, I'm doing my best. So I'm not thinking which is the obstacle that I will find in front of me. That is the most important thing, always acting, doing your best, and I think that after it, you will achieve what you deserve. So I don't have a crystal ball, so I won't know what the future forecast to me, but I'm sure that for all what I'm doing, something beautiful will come. And telling you the truth, I already have something beautiful, so I'm happy for that.
So I think it's interesting because you say as a child, you didn't really sit on Santa Claus' lap and say, hey, I want to be an Italian sales guy running around the U.S. or some other market, right? But I think what's funny about social media now, what we all get to be a part of is there's probably some young Italian kid right now looking at you and saying, oh, I like what he's doing, and he's in the U.S. and he's doing all of these things. So if you were going to speak maybe to one of them and give them some advice about a kid that is inspiring to be like you, he is inspiring to travel the world and to sell and to make relationships around the world and to see different things and to expose maybe his family to some other cultures, what's some of the advice maybe you would give to a kid who is now looking at you and saying, I want to do that?
It's not an easy question, but I would for sure say that to believe in what you want to do. Maybe not selling tile, maybe it's another item or another product, but I will advise to travel, to know people, okay? Because it opens your mind. We have a backpack on our shoulder, and I think that traveling, knowing people, it's just putting some books on your backpack, make it full, sometimes heavy, but full of resource, full of history. So if I have to say follow, jump, because it sometimes is a jump on the from an airplane, because it's not easy abandoning everything, but jump, because the most beautiful things is flying.
Right. So let me ask you this. What is the most exciting thing you're working with right now? What is the thing you're the most excited about, maybe in product or whatever you're dealing with, or the technology? What's the thing you're most excited about? Because I know Fondovalle did really well at the show.
Yeah, and you, sorry to interrupt you, because you gave me the chance to speak about the novelties that will come. For sure, with Fondovalle, and that the greatest thing is that, as I told you, we are always focused on new technologies. So putting something ahead, having something different in terms of looks, in terms of technology, in terms of application. And it was funny that you asked me that, because today I received from Gianmarco just an email with the preview of the KBIS show, where we will have a booth.
Right.
And it's a secret. I cannot tell you because I need that.
Yeah,
you
I would have to
can't
kill
see
you.
there, yeah,
It's
otherwise-
Italian. I would have to kill
so
you if I told you.
otherwise. No, anyway, but we are working on something that will be so special and so different that, in my opinion, can be a game changer in the slabs.
Right.
So for sure, Fondovalle gives me a lot of things to be proud because
doubt.
every time we are just launching something new, something different.
Well,
I cannot be bored.
Yeah, right. Well, they give us a lot to be proud of too. When we show people the panels here in the studio, for people that's been here, the number one reaction is always, that's porcelain? You know, because they never see it coming, right? And so that's a beautiful thing.
It's a funny thing because I was in Fondovalle before the Cersei show, and we just launched our Travertino with our 3D technology. And I didn't know about that because it was a preview also for us. So I thought, oh, Gianmarco, did you put the real Travertino just to show the difference between the tile? I told him, no, Federico, that's the tile. So I have a trained eye, we can say, because
Right.
I'm among the tile every day. But sometimes it's difficult also for me. Sometimes it's difficult also for me to recognize that it's a tile and not a real stone. So we are doing great for that, and it is amazing.
Well, I can tell you from our standpoint, it's been a great product to deal with. It's been a lot of fun. Getting to know you guys have been a lot of fun. You know, what I'd like to do maybe is for you to just take a moment maybe in Italian and maybe speak something to the people there, you know, in their own language that you want to communicate from here. That's just in your heart, something that maybe you want to communicate to your fellow people that you love. Maybe you want to communicate to your family too. I don't care. We're going to call it open mic moment. So you basically have an open mic to say in Italian, because I don't know what you're saying anyway. So you can say whatever you want.
Do I have to look at you or at the camera?
Why don't you just look right here and tell them, yeah.
Anzitutto grazie a Fondovalle, ai miei colleghi e a tutti quelli che mi hanno permesso di essere qua. Colgo anche l'occasione, visto il periodo, di augurare a tutti un buon Natale, un sereno anno nuovo e dire alla mia famiglia Alice e Lorenzo che li amo tantissimo, che mi mancano tanto e che fra poco papà sarà a casa. E grazie a Eve e a tutti i ragazzi per avermi accolto qua e farmi sentire come a casa, e grazie a tutti.
Well, I didn't understand anything you said, but what I love about Italian is no matter what, it sounds good. And my wife actually thinks it sounds really sexy, so I'm sure she's at home going, I don't know what he said either, but he looks good saying it. And so I'm always now compared to Italian men, which is totally unfair, by the way, to a 50-year-old white guy from Alabama. That's not fair at all, by the way. So I really appreciate the time. And so, you know, family is the cornerstone of our lives, but its mission reaches far beyond the walls of our homes. It's where purpose, belonging, and love begin, but it's also where they ripple outward into every part of our world. Dan Greer said, abundant life is lived out with loved ones, friends, and acquaintances in the marketplace, in the home, in the neighborhood, and in the world. In the marketplace, family values guide our work, shaping how we lead, serve, and create. At home, they nurture connection and care. And in our neighborhoods and communities, they inspire us to build bridges and make a difference. Let us embrace this mission, living with intention so that our families, not just our own, but the ones we form in every space, become a light that transforms the world around us, just like you've heard Federico do all over the world. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for being here. Grazie mille.
Grazie a te. Thank you to you. Thank you to you.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to Marketplace Mission. Don't forget to follow us on social media and leave us a review. Until next time, unleash power in your workplace.